Hello, fourth grade. Some of you have mentioned that you don't have a paper bag at home to make your parfleche. I just unfolded this one. So if you don't have a paper bag like this, one option might be to use a cereal box, and we didn't have an empty one. So I kind of felt each of our cereal boxes to see which one has the least, and we'll just eat that as a snack. And then I'm going to use this one instead. So what I would do if you are using, oh my gosh, I have a bonus tattoo of R2-D2. More fun later. Okay, so what I would do is open this up, and what's going to end up happening is on the inside of this box, we're going to use basically like this rectangle shape. So on one of the sides, you're going to cut down the middle. And then we want to design on the blank side. So you need to turn this inside out and fold it this way. Okay, and we could, if you wanted to fold these flaps up, you could. I don't know if they're gonna stay. I think it's gonna be too bulky for us to stay. So what I would suggest is just cut them off, and you'll just have kind of a raw edge. So try to cut straight so that it looks finished when you're done. You could even use some of these scraps as tracers later. Okay, so when I fold this, this is going to be my parfleche right here, and this overlaps quite a bit, so I might just, and it doesn't work this time to like use those folds because then it won't overlap at all. So I might just cut this a little bit smaller if I can figure out which way. Maybe if I put this under a book, it'll stay flat because right now it wants to pop open. I cut this one a little crookeder, so maybe I will, you know what I should do before I start cutting is use a straight edge. Okay, I happen to have this huge piece of cardboard, and if I grab a pencil, okay, I can give myself a line, so at least I know when I'm cutting it's going to be a straight line. Okay, so then I can just use this, but like I said, you might want to stick it under something heavy and see if we can force those to fold the other way. That's kind of cool. So then it'll be a little smaller, but this will work. And then it will probably erase really well, just like the garbage bag. Okay, one last idea, let me get the scraps out of the way here, would be my son wanted to put together an IKEA dresser. So we actually ordered a dresser from IKEA and got these huge, huge boxes, and you can see I already cut through this one. So I happen to have a ton of cardboard around. In that box, there happened to be just a piece of cardboard. This is probably 18 by 18, I would guess. And if you don't have a folded shut parfleche, that's fine, but this would be fine to design on. So you could use a big piece of cardboard if you have that. Or if you are like me and you happen to have a huge box, I'm going to show you how to fold this into a parfleche. Now, as you notice, I cut two sides of this out already, and I did that using a box cutter like this, so you'll need to have a parent help you if you're watching this on your own, because these are a little bit dangerous. You want to make sure that the other problem when you cut through this, like if I cut like this right now, it's going to cut my table. So you need to be aware of what's behind things when you cut it too, because we don't want to accidentally cut a floor or a table. But again, this is something a parent helps you with. It's a little harder to cut real cardboard with scissors. But the first time I cut it out, it was super crooked because I just thought I can do this, and I cut it. And when I looked at it, my rectangle was really crazy. So then this was also in my box. And so the second time I cut, I actually put this on the box and I cut beside it. So you either make a straight line or cut that. So that it's a nice straight rectangle. Okay, so with this one, I'm I'm actually going to use this as kind of a guide for how big it is. And when I cut, I know I'm looking all over the place for stuff, but I don't want to cut my table. So I'm going to put this underneath it. Okay, so this will be the front square. And then if I cut just halfway through, so I'm not going to cut all the way through. They call that scoring the cardboard. I'm just going to cut halfway. What will happen with cardboard is it should bend. So then I could actually bend this and make a parfleche. Okay, and I probably should have worked on the other side, because as I look at this one it's hard to see. There's actually ridges in cardboard. It gives it all these like straight lines. It's easier to see them on the other side, but that's okay. If I try to stick right in, I'm gonna measure this here. If I try to keep it right along those lines, I'm gonna move this, it will bend easier. I think that other one went a little crooked. So I'm just scoring it. I'm not going all the way through. And this will fold shut, great. And then just like the other one, I can figure out where do I want this to overlap. And then I would cut it all the way through. So I hope that gives you some ideas. Next week, we're gonna start making a symmetrical design. So if you still are having problems finding something, send me an email or write me a note on Seesaw, and I'll try to brainstorm some more ideas with you.